Enugu State, Barrister Ifeanyi Osai, Your Excellency, the former governor of old Anambra State, our father, our leader, His Excellency, Senator Jim Ifeanyi Nwobodo, and his amiable wife, Her Excellency, Lady Pat Nwobodo. The Speaker, Enugu State House of Assembly, members of the National Assembly here, both serving and former, the Chairman of the House of Representatives, Caucus of Southeast, Right Honorable Nnolim Nnaji, and indeed other members of the House of Representatives that are here, the Chief Judge of Enugu State, the President of Enugu State Customary Court of Appeal, the PD mortality rates were at unacceptable levels. Too many lives lost and futures ended before they began. In many communities, security was a promise waiting to be kept. The taps were dry, the roads broken, and the trust between people and government one thing. But we knew, you knew, that beneath the layers of political fatigue was a sleeping giant. Our mission was clear: to wake this sleeping giant and teach it how to walk tall again. Beyond rousing a sleeping giant, we had a whole new vision. We had a bold, disruptive, and transcendental vision. One that would not merely change the statistics, but change lives. We saw a future where a mother no longer feared childbirth because skilled doctors and stock clinics were just minutes away. Where a young man in Nsukka didn't have to migrate to find work. Where a student no longer studied by candlelight or on an empty stomach, but in a digitally equipped classrooms where you have free meals as well. We imagine goods and industry moving across smooth and safe roads. And above all, people would feel seen, not just as voters, but as citizens of a state finally awake to its purpose. Some people thought we weren't the ones to manage this kind of transformation, that we spoke too boldly, moved too fast, or dared too much. There were whispers that it was business as usual. Was this another government dressed in new suits, driven by old habits? Some had heard too many promises and seen too few results. They gathered their hope, and we understood that. Their doubts were echoes of too many broken promises. There was this elderly man who recalled with nostalgia how Enugu once teemed with many industries, how youth willing to work readily found job opportunities here. I'll never forget the sadness in his eyes, and he lamented the loss of such opportunities. There was a grandmother who had lost 2 daughters because the primary healthcare center in their vicinity could not offer the needed maternity care. These stories are real. So too were the fears. But some pushback was fueled by plain mischief. There was others who simply did not want us to succeed because progress would undo the comfort of old systems. They fought with doubts, with delay, and sometimes with outright sabotage. But change seeks no permission. It moves, even through resistance. We chose action over comfort. Sometimes progress over popularity. Real change is not fanciful. It is hard. It resists. It wounds. And sometimes it tests our faith. There have been nights I barely slept because of the weight of decisions we must make. There are days I pause, not from indecision, but from compassion. I'm constantly thinking, how will this decision affect the people? Have we thought through the consequences? It is part of the burden of leadership. Development is necessary, but it does not come with easy choices. It comes sometimes with very difficult choices. We were not promised ease, only the chance to serve. And so we pressed on, knowing that the first step towards transformation was into the unknown, with only the light of our vision as our guide. We chose to act swiftly because we had no luxury of time. In our first 180 days, we restored clean water to parts of Enugu metropolis by activating the 9th-mile water scheme. We flagged off 71 urban roads and 20 rural roads projects, connecting our people and reviving our local economies. We brought back school feeding program so that our children could learn on full stomachs. We launched a digital business portal, cutting registration time because bureaucracy should never stand in the way of our ambition. We began civil service reforms using digital verification, ensuring that the public fund serves real workers and not ghost names. And because security is the foundation of every promise, we deployed a distress response squad and installed an AI-embedded security surveillance system that has now helped reduce urban crime by up to 80%. These early achievements were statements we made to you. They sent a strong message that we're serious about delivering on our mandates. In just 2 years, we have begun to rewire the foundation of Enugu State for future promise. We have constructed over 800 kilometers of roads, opening up access to markets, industry, schools, and hospitals. These roads cut across urban and rural communities. No community is being left behind. We built the systems that powered them too. To date, we have delivered 5 ultra-modern terminals across the state. Number 1, the Holy Ghost Terminal 1 for interstate travel with a sky bridge linking you to Terminal 2. Holy Ghost Terminal 2 for intra-city transport. The Gariki Terminal, the Ababa Terminal, the Nsuka Terminal, all ready for commissioning. We have also allocated 33% of our budget to education alone, surpassing even the global benchmarks, because we believe that our future is forged in the classrooms. Soon, we will begin the rollout of 260 smart green schools across the state. Those smart schools will all be equipped with digital whiteboards, science labs, and solar power experiential learning, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, robotics, mechatronics. These spaces where our children will no longer dream of opportunities, but they will grow, learning how to create the opportunities. Alongside this, we are building 260 primary healthcare centers across the entire state. Everyone must have a primary healthcare center. Each of the healthcare centers is designed and equipped with solar panel staff quarter. Our cargo, we also now have a provision where we're also doing a very distinguished things in our transportation sector. Our cargo terminal will soon be ready. The international wing of our airport will soon become operational. That way, we can move cargo from Enugu here across the entire world. What that means is that our tech-enabled logistics and trading dream will come through to every Igbo businessman. That means that our businessmen can hop on a night flight from Enugu to London, to Dubai, to Guangzhou, to United Kingdom, and even to the United States. Seal a deal by noon and return the next day. Ndi Enugu, Nkabu Nkai. Innovative and proudly ours. We have also conceived a radical overhaul of our transport system. We have procured 200 CNG buses and 2,000 city taxis. Our ticketing technology will significantly reduce the cost of transportation for every family. Each bus will have an electronic card. You can purchase your electronic card, and that card will suffice for you to take a trip for the whole day. So you don't need to buy your ticket each time you travel. Just by one card, you're able to take multiple trips. that we're going to have 3 million visitors to Enugu, and we know that we cannot wish that into existence. We must be very intentional about it. So, we are also creating a tourism experience for Enugu and visitors alike. That experience is mind-blowing. We are constructing 2 canopy walkways, one each at Ohum Waterfall and at the Nsude Pyramids. We have also launched a bold redevelopment plan for the Mbah pine forest. This includes a 300-meter zip line, the first such in Nigeria. Parks and green spaces are essential to a city's livability. Without them, cities lose their soul and are no more than a concrete jungles. We're carrying out an extensive revamp of 5 recreational parks in Enugu City. These include Ejindu Park, the Ejindu Park in the Coal City, Mbah and Eze Parks in Uwani, the Naji Park in New Haven, and of course our very Unity Park. In few weeks, these parks would be open to the public and will be equipped with facilities like football pitches, swimming pools, basketball, lawn tennis courts, game arcades, and playgrounds for our children. We are reclaiming a glorious history frozen in time and prepping for a bigger glories. When the Hotel Presidential opened in 1963, it was an iconic facility, truly befitting of its name. It is hard to find words that best describe the sad fate that befell this structure. Once a source of pride for the old eastern region, nay, southeast. But today, the old glory has returned. In a couple of weeks, the revamped Hotel Presidential will regain its rightful pride of place in the hospitality space. A similar tale will also be experienced by our landmark Aneke Lake Resort after its remarkable makeover. These are real shifts in the life of ordinary people. They reflect in the mother in Nkanu East, no longer walking 5 kilometers to access healthcare. The teacher in Nsukka now teaching with digital tools. The child in Aniri who goes to school with a meal in her stomach and the chance of a future in her hand. Today, we stand on the threshold of irreversible transformation. But there are some who would say that we have packed projects that should normally be spread across 2 terms into 2 years. But such mindset is a disservice to the people. Progress doesn't imply there are no more frontiers left to be conquered. Yes, sir. We will never become complacent on the strength of our accomplishments. This is a solemn promise I made to you today. What we have achieved so far, though meaningful and measurable, is only the foundation. The roads we have built, the schools we have opened, the hospitals we have equipped, these are just the beginning of the story we are writing together. But the true test, the great test, is whether we can hold fast to the vision that brought us here. Because progress is not linear. It weave through resistance and sacrifice. And it takes a people who can see beyond the dust of the present into the skyline of the future and into what is possible. We can further glimpse what is possible in the emerging new Enugu city, a mixed-use real estate that could arguably become Africa's most modern city. We must be honest, there are still tangible gaps we have to close. Many rural communities remain without access to healthcare. Schools still lack teachers and basic resources. Our roads, while expanding, have yet to reach the more remote communities. Power supply and broadband penetration remain uneven. And despite growing investors' interest, too many of our young people still struggle to find meaningful work. If you ask a civil servant what constitutes your worst fear, a common response is likely to be the uncertainty of retirement. These are the unfinished chapters of our promise, and we are not blind to them. We have climbed, yes, but the summit still calls. We know there are doubts, questions that live in the hearts of our people. Can we really do this? Yes. Can this be sustained? Yes. Is the vision too ambitious? No. Too fragile to outlast one administration? No. Some wonder if the sacrifices have been too sharp, the change too fast, and the cost too personal. These are not unreasonable questions. They are the reflection of a people who have seen promises made and unmade. And they deserve answers, not in words alone, but in the steady proof of our accountability. By no means will our enthusiasm be dampened by our success. If we stay the course, in 2 to 4 years, Enugu will be a flame of hope, not just for ourselves, but for Africa. Our economy, once restrained at $4.4 billion, will rise to the $30 billion economy. Through bold planning, secure investments, and a collective effort to make Enugu the beating heart of the Southeast. Our land will hum with enterprise. Water will continue to flow in our homes across Enugu metropolis. Udi, Nsukka, because we fixed the pipes, the process, and the politics. Roads once eaten by erosion will carry goods and ambition with equal ease. In classrooms, our children will learn coding as natural as they once learned with chalk. Digital literacy is no longer optional. Our poverty headcount rate, once a haunting statistic, will become a memory as young people find jobs in the knowledge economy, the creative industry, the green energy sector, e-commerce and agriculture. Where holes and cutlasses once stilled, tractors will plow. Frontline health centers will no longer be overrun with demands, but become engines of prevention and care. Retirement won't be a period that workers dread, because every worker will receive their gratuity upon retirement. If we endure, if we finish this journey, Enugu will not simply be changed, it will be reborn. This is not mine alone. This vision is not mine alone. It is yours to realize, yours to defend, and yours to demand. The road ahead is steep, but it is ours. So I call on you, citizens, civil servants, entrepreneurs, artisans, students, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons of Enugu. Let us finish this journey. With love, with courage, with unshakable faith in what we can become. The future we promise won't be wished into existence. We must build it by the choices we make now. That tomorrow starts now. Our tomorrow, our tomorrow, our tomorrow. God bless Enugu State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.